Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, a piece of legislation that's etched in the annals of economic history, mostly for all the wrong reasons.
Right, the infamous Smoot-Hawley. I've always been fascinated by how such a seemingly simple idea, raising tariffs, could have such devastating consequences. What were the main arguments for its passage?
Well, the core argument was protectionism. Senator Smoot and Representative Hawley, the bill's sponsors, believed that raising tariffs would protect American farmers and industries from foreign competition. The Great Depression was just beginning, and the idea was to boost domestic production and employment. A noble goal, perhaps, but terribly misguided in its execution.
So they aimed to shield the U.S. economy from the global downturn, but it backfired spectacularly. What exactly did the act do?
It significantly increased tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. The tariffs, excluding duty-free imports, were the second highest in U.S. history, only surpassed by the tariff of 1828. Think of it as a massive tax on imports, making foreign goods significantly more expensive.
And the result?
Catastrophic. Other countries retaliated with their own tariffs, triggering a trade war that dramatically reduced global trade. American exports and imports plummeted by 67% during the Great Depression, exacerbating the economic crisis. Economists widely agree that Smoot-Hawley worsened the Depression's impact.
It's a classic example of unintended consequences, isn't it? Were there any dissenting voices at the time?
Oh, absolutely. Over 1,000 economists signed a petition urging President Hoover to veto the bill. Even Hoover himself initially opposed it, calling it vicious, extortionate, and obnoxious. But political pressure, including threats of resignation from his cabinet, led him to sign it anyway. A truly regrettable decision.
So even the president recognized the potential harm, yet it still passed. That's quite something. What happened after the act was passed?
Initially, there was a slight uptick in some economic indicators, but that was short-lived. The global trade collapse far outweighed any temporary benefits. U.S. imports decreased by 66%, exports by 61%, and unemployment soared. It was a complete disaster.
And how long did these high tariffs remain in place?
The Smoot-Hawley tariffs were eventually dismantled, primarily through the Reciprocal Trade Agreements Act of 1934 under President Roosevelt. This act shifted towards negotiating bilateral tariff reductions, a far cry from the protectionist approach of Smoot-Hawley. It marked a significant turning point in U.S. trade policy.
It's a cautionary tale, really. A reminder of the dangers of protectionism and the interconnectedness of the global economy. Thanks for shedding light on this important and often overlooked piece of history.
My pleasure. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act serves as a stark warning against the perils of protectionist policies and the importance of international cooperation in navigating economic crises. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.